I'm so excited about the future of Gears of War, guys, and what that looks like, whether we're talking the Gears of War collection, whether we're talking the Gears of War movie, whether we're talking Gears 6. Whatever we're talking when it comes to Gears, I am incredibly excited. And obviously, the big one that I'm excited about, more than a collection, more than the movie itself, is Gear 6, the future of the franchise. That's what I'm looking forward to the most. And with that being said, I want to talk about everything points to Gear 6 being under development in some form or way or another over at the Coalition. Whether it's, in full-blown, they have a whole team working on Gear 6, or it's just, in the initial concept stages. Whatever the case may be, I believe Gear 6 development is underway. Let's talk about it. So, guys, coming to us in an article from Shubhankar Periat of Gaming Bolt. Gears 6 development seems to be underway. It looks like the gap between Gears 5 and its sequel is going to be longer than it has ever been between two mainline Gears of War games. Gears 5 launched in 2019, and even though we got an excellent expansion the following years in Gears 5 Hivebusters, enough time has passed that series fans are beginning to crave more of its cover shooting action. And it seems developer, the Coalition, might be beginning the process of developing Gears 6, or whatever the next mainline Gears of War installment ends up being called. As spotted by Segment Next, the Coalition recently put up a job ad for a motion capture technician specifically to work on the Gears of War franchise, which we've been talking about, guys. Obviously, they are hiring a motion capture technician, which is huge. There's no explicit mention of Gears 6, of course, but one would assume that that's what the studio will be working on when it comes to this series. In December of 2021, in fact, the Coalition was also looking to recruit a live design director specifically for Gears of War again, with the ad mentioning that the applicant would shape and lead our live PvP and PvE experiences on future titles. Either way, it seems like the studio is in the very early stages of production here and is currently putting the pieces into place before it gets into full swing. It also is worth mentioning that the Coalition is known to be working on multiple projects, one of which is a new IP. Leaks have claimed that the new IP will launch first before the developer shifts focus to Gear 6 and will be a smaller and more experimental project, allowing the Coalition to properly familiarize itself with Unreal Engine 5, which it recently shifted its development pipeline to. Interestingly, a recent leak also claimed that a remastered collection of Gears of War, similar to the Halo Master Chief Collection, is also in the works. So, first off, we talked about this, guys, earlier in one of the earlier segments of the show, that, motion capture is something that I feel that the Coalition would be using for a future entry in Gears of War or their new IP. I don't believe they would be using it for the Gears of War collection if that's what's being worked on at this point as well, because they would just be remastering the title with updated graphics, getting some new maps maybe in there. There's probably a number of things that they're doing to the collection, but I don't believe that they would be needing motion capture. Motion capture is going to be for probably their new IP or Gear 6, and so that's why I feel them hiring a motion capture technician is telling us a lot. Even though it's not telling us much at all, right? I think that, the Coalition, we're going to be finding out more and more at the Xbox Game Showcase, and I'm sure we're going to be finding out more information later throughout the rest of the year, which I'm really excited to be able to kind of keep all of you as informed as possible about what's going on behind the scenes over at the Coalition. It's really exciting, to say the least, guys, because in my mind, Gear 6 is in development right here, right now. Now, it's probably in the very, I would say earlier stages of development. There's certainly, if they're getting motion capture, that means that they may be a little bit further along than we originally thought. But if they're planning on making this the biggest, best Gears of War title ever, you're going to want them to be working on it before it comes out in, say, 2024 or 2025. Let me know, though, guys, what do you think about this in the comment section down below? Do you think that this means that Gears 6 is definitely underway, or do you think it's just the Coalition's new IP? Do you think it's the Gears of War collection? What do you guys think it is that the Coalition is working on at this point in time with a motion capture technician? Let me know in the comment section down below. And for more Gears 6 content and videos, stay here with Zero TV.